Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. I am Umesh Kumar More, Chairman of the company, and would like to welcome you all to the 67th Annual General Meeting of your company that is being conducted through video conferencing. As informed by the Company Secretary, the requisite quorum is present at this AGM. Hence, I call this meeting to order. Before proceeding further, I would like to introduce the members of the board who are seated with me on the dais. To my left is Mr. Ashok Kanoria, Independent Director, Mr. N. Kashinath, our Statutory Auditor, and Mr. Gurinder Singh Gulati, our CFO. And folks to my right is Mr. Neeraj More, Managing Director and Chairman of CSR and Risk Management Committee. Mr. Rohit More, Full-Time Director heading the Engineering Division. And Mr. Yogesh Samat, Full-Time Director Operations. Further, the Company Secretary and other senior management of the company are present at this meeting with us. Mr. Anil Garodia, Independent Director and Chairman of Audit Committee. Dr. Prerna Garodia, Independent Director and Chairman of Nomination and Remuneration Committee. Mr. Ayush Agarwala, Independent Director and Chairman of Stakeholders Relations Committee, are attending this meeting virtually. Secretarial Audit and Scrutinizer are also attending this meeting virtually. And now I will request Mr. Neeraj More to continue the proceedings of this meeting. Mr. More, please.
Thank you, Chairman, sir, and a very good afternoon to all. On behalf of the board, I would like to thank all our shareholders for joining this meeting through electronic mode from different locations. Before we proceed with the main agenda, I'd like to highlight certain points regarding the participation at this meeting. In compliance with various circulars issued by Ministry of Corporate Affairs and the Securities and Exchange Board of India, this meeting is being conducted through video conferencing. The AGM is being live streamed and recorded for compliance purposes. To avoid any disturbance from background and for ensuring smooth conduct of this meeting, all members who have joined this meeting are placed on mute mode by default. The notice of the AGM was sent on email to all the members. Register of Directors, key managerial personnel, contracts and other relevant documents mentioned in the notice of AGM are open for inspection by the shareholders. Members interested in viewing these documents can email to the Company Secretary. The company had provided the facility to cast the votes electronically on all resolutions set forth in the notice. The e-voting facility was open for 3 days from August 10th, 2025, 10 a.m. till August 12th, 2025, 5 p.m. Members who have not cast their votes during the set period can cast their votes during the meeting through the e-voting system provided by CDSL. Voting platform will remain open for 15 minutes after the conclusion of the meeting to facilitate shareholders. Company has appointed Messrs. GMJ and Associates, Practicing Company Secretary, to act as scrutinizer for this meeting and to supervise the e-voting process, and his report will be uploaded on the company's website, CDSL and BSE Limited. Before proceeding with the formal agenda, I'd like to present the performance highlights of your company for the financial year 24-25. This year is marked by progress, resilience, and forward momentum in the face of a volatile and often unpredictable environment. Despite regulatory hurdles, global uncertainties, and shifting market dynamics, we stayed true to our priorities: execution excellence, innovation-led growth, and long-term value creation. We closed the year with a standalone total income of 1,173.6 crores, EBITDA of 234.3 crores, and a net profit of 157 crores, reflecting our operational discipline, a diversified portfolio, and a deep customer commitment. Towards the year end, we faced an unexpected regulatory challenge in our mall operations, resulting in a closure notice. Whilst this is a setback, the matter is now before the Honorable Supreme Court, and we are pursuing it with full diligence and integrity. Our surface finishing division, contributing over 84% of the total revenue, delivered 12.5% growth. Specialty chemicals and industrial paints each grew over 10%, driven by strong demand and well-executed marketing strategies despite intense competition. Industrial lubricant recorded an exceptional 31.6% growth through fins in high-value niche applications. The engineering division saw a revenue decline from 142.3 crores to 107.1 crores due to order deferrals and project delays, time-related, not structural, and we anticipate recovery in financial year 25-26. Looking forward, innovation remains central to our strategy. We are investing in research and technology and digital enablement to strengthen all our business lines. A milestone in our upcoming Technology and Innovation Center in Vasai, a hub for next-generation surface finishing solutions and applications in emerging sectors such as semiconductor and electronics, renewable energy, and accumulators. India's structural growth story is compelling, driven by Make in India and Atmanirbhar Bharat, creating opportunities in advanced materials, green technologies, and import substitution. We aim to be at the forefront of these opportunities, supported by strong risk management, credit discipline, and operational efficiency to sustain profitability in a competitive environment. FY 24-25 will be remembered as a year of both achievement and learning. We delivered strong results while navigating significant challenges, reinforcing our resilience, sharpening our strategy, and deepening our belief that setbacks are stepping stones to greater strengths. To our investors and long-term supporters, I extend a heartfelt thanks. Your trust fuels an ambition, guides our investments, and strengthens our resolve to think boldly and act decisively. As we move forward, we do so with the conviction that the future belongs to those who innovate with courage and execute with discipline. We now take up the resolutions as set forth in the notice. Since the notice of the 67th AGM has already been circulated to shareholders at their registered email ID, and the same is also available on the website of the company, CDSL and BSE Limited, with your consent, I take the notice as read. The statutory auditors and secretarial auditor have expressed unqualified opinion in their respective audit reports for the financial year 24-25. As there were no qualifications, observations, or adverse comments on financial statements and matters which have any material bearing on the functioning of the company, it is not required to read the auditor's report at the annual general meeting. With your permission, we take the auditor's report as read. Now I would like to take up the resolutions proposed to be passed by the shareholders. First, I'll take up the ordinary business. Ordinary business, adoption and approval of the standalone and consolidated financial statements for the year ended March 31st, 2025. Confirmation of dividend payment of rupees 50 paisa per equity share for 24-25. Reappointment of Mr. Rohit Kumar More as director, retiring by rotation. These are three matters proposed to be taken up as a special business by the shareholders. Special business. Reappointment of Dr. Prerna Goradia as independent director for a period of 5 consecutive years commencing from July 29th, 2025, not liable to retire by rotation. Appointment of GMJ and Associates, firm of practicing company secretaries, as a secretarial auditor for a term of 5 consecutive years, that is for the financial year 25-26 to 29-30. Ratification of remuneration for cost auditors for the financial year 25-26. There will be no proposing and seconding of resolutions as the voting has already taken place as per secretarial standards. Now I invite the shareholders who have registered themselves as speaker shareholder to put forth their views and ask questions. The questions shall be answered after all the allowed speaker shareholders have raised their questions. In the interest of time, I request the speaker shareholders to restrict their questions, views, and observations to a maximum of 3 minutes. I request the moderator to unmute the speaker shareholder one by one. Speaker number one, Shri Bharatji Shah. Please unmute Mr. Bharat Shah, please. Mr. Bharat Shah, are you there? There is Mr. Bharat Shah or Ms. Smita Shah. Okay. I don't think they are there, so we'll move on to speaker number two, Mr. Anil.
Hello.
Sorry.
Hello.
Yes.
Yeah. Thank you, Chairman sir.
Yes.
सर आवाज आ रही है मेरी?
हाँ जी आ रही है, हाँ जी क्लियरली आ रही है.
ओके, थैंक यू सो मच. माननीय चेयरमैन साहब श्री उमेश कुमार जी, एमडी श्री नीरज कुमार जी, सीएफओ श्री गुरिंदर सिंह जी और सभी उपस्थित माननीय डायरेक्टर्स, आप सभी को मेरा स्मिता शाह का सादर प्रणाम. सर पहले तो मैं हमारे हार्ड वर्क मेहनती कंपनी सेक्रेटरी मिस्टर चिंतन को उनकी उम्दा सर्विस के लिए और गुड रिलेशनशिप विद शेयर होल्डर और एक्सेलेंट बैलेंस शीट बनाने के लिए और आज हमें लिंक भेजकर जो बात करने का मौका दिया, सो मैं चिंतन की गुड इन्वेस्टर सर्विस के लिए सराहना करते हैं. बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद और अभिनंदन. और चेयरमैन साहब, मैं आपको भी अभिनंदन देते हुए कहूंगी कि कंपनी का वेरी वेल डन, एक्सेलेंट वर्क रहा है. ग्रोस सेल्स, प्रॉफिट आफ्टर टैक्स, नेटवर्थ, अदर इनकम सभी में बढ़ोतरी रही है और अभी 3 साल के बाद कंपनी हमारी 78th कंप्लीट करेगी. सो बहुत अच्छी बात है. सो मी इन एडवांस में मैं आपको मैं बधाई देती हूँ और डिविडेंड के लिए भी धन्यवाद सर. और आप सभी की मेहनत और हार्ड वर्क, सीएफओ सी गुलाटी जी का भी हार्डवर्क कंपनी में बहुत बढ़िया रहा है. सो आप सभी की उम्दा कार्यों के और गुड एक्सीलेंट वर्क के लिए सराहना करते हुए मैं धन्यवाद और अभिनंदन करती हूं. और उमेश जी, हम तो फिजिकल एजीएम में भी आते थे तो ऑलवेज हम रेगुलर रहे हैं. सो आज भी हम मिस करना नहीं चाहते थे क्योंकि अभी वीसी माध्यम से मिल रहे हैं. तो सर हमने तो चिंतन को बोला हमको ये लिंक जल्दी दो, हमको बात करना है उमेश जी से और आपको रूबरू भी मिलने की तमन्ना है. तो नेक्स्ट ईयर जरूर फिजिकल एजीएम करें या कुछ गेट टुगेदर करें और हमें रूबरू जरूर मिले. आप बुलाइए आपके यहाँ पर. तो सर हमको खुशी होगी आपसे रूबरू मिलने की. बाकी तो ऑलवेज मेरी शुभकामना आपके साथ है. आप ऑलवेज गुड हेल्थ वेल के साथ बढ़िया बने रहे, स्वस्थ रहे, मस्त रहे और सदा कदमों कदम प्रगति के साथ आगे बढ़ते रहे. और आज के सभी रिजोल्यूशन में मैं शुभकामना सपोर्ट करते हुए धन्यवाद करती हूँ. सर चालू रखिए, भरत साहब बात करते हैं, चालू रखिए.
माननीय चेयरमैन श्री, एमडी श्री और अन्य मान्यवर डायरेक्टर सर, मेरा नाम भरत शाह. सर ज्यादा टाइम नहीं लूंगा, 1 से 1.5 मिनट लूंगा सर. और सर जो वर्षों से आप जो न्यूट्रली कंपनी चला रहे हो सर और गुड रिटर्न दे रहे हो, तो मैं बहुत धन्यवाद अभिनंदन देता हूं सर. और भगवान ईश्वर को प्रार्थना है अपनी कंपनी बहुत आगे बढ़े सर. आने वाले साल में हो सके तो सर बोनस के लिए मेरी रिक्वेस्ट है सर. और मैं सर कंपनी सेक्रेटरी चिंतन और उनकी पूरी सीएस टीम का भी बहुत धन्यवाद अभिनंदन देता हूँ सर. और सर हो सके तो ये बहुत साल हो गए फैक्ट्री विजिट को, तो ये साल हो सके तो फैक्ट्री विजिट कराने की मेरी हार्टली रिक्वेस्ट है. जरूर इस साल दिवाली के बाद फैक्ट्री विजिट कराने की मेरी रिक्वेस्ट है, तो सोचना सर जरूर. और सर नेक्स्ट ईयर हो सके तो फिजिकल मीटिंग करना, तो अपन जो पहला रूबरू में मिलते थे तो रूबरू में मिलने का आपको मौका मिलेगा सर. बाकी 5 इयर्स के फ्यूचर प्रोग्राम बताना सर. और बाकी आपकी हेल्थ अच्छी रहे, कंपनी बढ़िया प्रगति करे, मेरी भगवान ईश्वर को प्रार्थना है. सारे रिजोल्यूशन में मेरा पूरा सपोर्ट है सर. थैंक यू वेरी मच. जय हिंद, जय श्री कृष्ण सर. थैंक यू, जय श्री कृष्ण.
बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद मिस्टर शाह. आप लोगों की दुआ साथ में रही तो अपने सभी प्रोग्रेस करेंगे. थैंक यू.
Thank you, Ji. Thank you. Now I request the moderator to unmute Mr. Anil Mehta, our second speaker. Anilji Mehta.
Hello, am I audible?
Yes, Mr. Mehta, you're audible. Please.
Thank you, sir. Good
Thank you.
afternoon. This is Anil Mehta attending this meeting from my residence, Kandivali East, Ashok Nagar, Kandivali, Mumbai. First, I have only one question, sir. With reference to trade war and presently repo rate, what is the effect on our business and how much a turnover can we expect in the current FY 2025-26? With this, we are supporting all the resolution and thanks to the Secretarial Department led by our Chintan Bhai Gandhi for their cooperation and support. Thank you and all the best for the bright future of our company.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Mr. Mehta. Moderator, please unmute Mr. and Mrs. Negandhi, Mr. Bharat Bhai Negandhi and Mrs. Lata Negandhi.
Mr. Bharat, can you unmute and speak?
Sorry?
Mr. Bharat, you have been unmuted. Kindly speak.
Bharat Bhai? Hello. Should we proceed?
Sir,
Okay.
he is not responding.
Okay, then please unmute the next speaker, Shri Bharat Ji Agarwal. Mr. Bharat Agarwal, can you hear us? Okay, then please unmute Ms. Celestine Elizabeth Mascarenas. Ms. Mascarenas, ji, can you hear
Yes.
us? Yes.
Yes.
Yes, thank you. Hello?
No, I'm trying to bring my video
Okay.
so
Yeah,
that
all right.
you can also see me. We used to always come in the physical meeting. So, Chairman, Mr. Umesh More, how are you keeping?
With the grace of God and your help, I'm okay. Thank you.
Okay, I'm very happy. Okay. God bless. Respected Chairman Umesh Kumar More, MD Neeraj More, other esteemed directors on the board, my fellow shareholders, I am Mrs. C.E. Mascarenas speaking from Mumbai. First, I thank the company secretary, Mr. Chintan, and his team for sending me an annual report and also registering me as a speaker and also giving me this link. He and his team are very good link for us, for the shareholders between the management and us. So our secretarial team is doing a good job. Now our annual report is full of information, facts and figures, self-explanatory, adhering to all the norms of corporate governance. Our working is good. Revenues are up, PBT PAT up. Dividend 50 paisa on per share of rupees 1, that is 50%, and also very good market capitalization. Sir, you have been always rewarding by bonus, by dividend, so we don't have to ask you anything. At the right time, you will come with whatever is best in the interest of shareholders. Congratulations for all the awards and accolades. Good CSR work. ESG is also good reporting. Now my queries, we are in the chemicals, engineering, paints, real estate. In which of these we get good margins with good growth? We have 6 production sites. What is the average capacity of these 6 production sites? We have 2 R&D centers. I would like to know number of staff, average age, male-female ratio, and attrition level. We export to 50 plus countries. How much is USA? Are you or will face challenges due to the Trump tariff at 50% after 25th? If so, what steps are taken to de-risk this risk? Lastly, but not the least, future roadmap for the next 5 years. Which vertical will be the growth engine along with good margins? I support all the resolutions. I wish my company all the best. And sir, I wish you and your entire Grow Well team very good health, as health is wealth. And with this, also, I wish all the festive seasons, starting with the Independence Day and going on and on. With this, thank you so much. Thank you and namaskar.
Thank you,
Thank you
Mr.
so much, Mrs. Mascarenhas. Moderator, please unmute Mr. Gautam Tiwari.
So you can listen me, sir?
Yes, we can listen. We can hear you, Mr. Tiwari. Haji.
And probably you can see me also.
Yes, we can see you as well. Thank you.
Sir, Umesh sir, we have been meeting always in person, and all the board of directors, so very nice, so very much important to us, each one of them. So physically we used to attend. Sir, I hope you are fit and fine along with your family. Is it Mr. Umesh Kumar Moreji and son Neeraj Moreji and all other directors?
Yes.
Yes, sir. Thank you very much, sir. Thank you.
We are all fine with your blessings.
Oh, thank you, sir. Thank you. God bless you, sir. Our blessings are, we are always there with you like sky on your head. Sir, very, very good afternoon. Our Honorable Chairman, sir, Shri Umesh Moreji, our Neeraj Moreji, MD, our Guruvinder Gulati ji, CFO, very nice CFO. We have got Chintan Gandhi, our young, energetic company secretary, and other learned, eminent directors on board. And team Grower and Well, and my fellow shareholders, myself Gautam Tiwari, and I'm participating at this AGM from Mumbai. Dear sir, I would like to first of all thank specially the entire management team for delivering outstanding performance despite lot many difficulties and glitches on the way, like uncertainty in global economy, then disturbed geopolitical conditions and all that. But still, our work is good, and moreover, you have given the dividend of 50 paise per share, 50%. We are very happy about it, and all shareholders, I'm very sure, are very happy about it. And time and again, you have given the bonus and stock split, and you have multiplied our shares so many times, and still shares are doing quite well on the stock exchange. Sir, I thank each member of the CSR team for their excellent CSR job. Also, our secretarial department is headed by our young, dynamic, energetic, soft-spoken boy Chintan Gandhi, and associated by Sheetal. Is giving exceptionally outstanding classic investor service, investor care with all respect and due care and hospitality to all shareholders always at the time. I also thank you for registering my name as a speaker shareholder and expressing my views here, sir. Uh, sir, I thank the management for winning various awards, accolades, and recognitions time and again at all levels. Dear sir, Gore and Whale has always worked keeping in mind the interest of minority shareholders and rewarded generously, very generously rather, taking wonderful, amazing decisions, implementing them timely very much. And sir, thus unlocking the wealth of all shareholders and creating value creation and value addition. Sir, only few things. आपसे क्वेश्चन पूछना तो सर सूरज को चिराग दिखाने के बराबर है, but still four things for my anxiety I would like to know, sir. Ki individual and consolidated capacity utilization of each plant, as we have got 6 production sites here. We have got, sir, what is the rate of attrition of our employees this time? How much unclaimed dividend we have transferred, and unclaimed shares we have transferred to IEPF and government, sir? And what is the strength of our employees with male to female ratio therein? Sir, which vertical of our company can become growth engine, attracting maximum revenue and maximum profitability? And sir, which will be our key sectors which are focused for speedier growth of our company? And what is our market share? And lastly, sir, we have got some, you said we have got some problem with this mall. We couldn't understand. So how are we dealing? I'm very sure it's a it is in Supreme Court. I'm very sure about your ability to deal with it precisely well. And sir, how much this revenue contribution by our automobile sector and how much free FSI of mall available for use. And with this, sir, conclusively, I would like to say, sir, that I support all resolutions and I have already voted favorably for each one of them since our family is a shareholder of your company since inception. Therefore, we have got total trust, confidence, faith in the management, their unwavering trust, and therefore our continuous lifetime support, unconditional support is always assured herewith. Sir, I support appointments and reappointments of all directors, and I also wish each member of you a very good, happy, healthy, wealthy, long, safe, happy life, along with the best compliments for all upcoming festivals, Ganpati, Diwali, Dasera, Diwali, and New Year. And I'm very sure the company will prosper better and better under your super fine management year after year. All our MD, our Neeraj, your son, our father, Umesh Kumarji and Gulati ji, all doing very good work always and all time. We are very happy and proud shareholders of US in the days to come. Once again, I wish you all the best and इसी के साथ धन्यवाद sir. Thank you for patient listening. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you. Mr. Moderator, please unmute Mr. Hitesh K.
Hi, am I audible?
Yes, Mr. Hitesh, you're audible. Please.
Great. Thank you for the opportunity. Sir, I'd sent my questions in advance. I would still want to go through them and would appreciate if you could please precisely answer each of these questions. It'll be very helpful. So firstly, we see there's an increasing chatter of electroplating lines being shifted from EU and also in some cases from China to India by industry players. Could you please share if Crowell is also seeing this kind of a trend, and what are the industries, which are the industries where we see such moves taking place? Can that be a growth driver both for our engineering and chemicals, or more for our engineering unit? Secondly, last year we introduced reel-to-reel plating lines. Could you please share how the response has been to this product? How many lines we have installed so far, and are we seeing repeat orders also in this case? In the same context, I believe Bessie is the largest player globally in this market, and it is understood that it positions its lines along with the consumables from an MNC. Could you please share how Growell is positioning its reel-to-reel plating lines with the customers? Which are the end industries that Growell's reel-to-reel plating can cater to today? Electronics, I believe, is one large industry for this. Solar industries also. Is there any other industry where these lines can be of use? And also, are we supplying the entire range of consumables for these lines? For the lines that we have installed, are we supplying the chemicals, or is it only the lines that are installed as of now? If not, when do we see ourselves having a good product basket for this particular lines? Thirdly, in the engineering segment, which are the other related products or adjacencies that Growell is looking to cater to? Because I believe in your Vasai center also, you are having one dedicated space, calling it an experience center for your engineering lines. If you can share what is your plan to scale up in this division in terms of getting into newer categories, it'll be helpful. Fourthly, what is our order book in the engineering division? What was this same time last year? If you cannot share the absolute number, maybe just a percentage increase or decrease, whatever be the case, that will also do. And what percentage of our order book is from outside India? We recently supplied an electroplating line to a customer in US. When is this line getting commissioned? And are there more orders from US, both in our outstanding order book and the pipeline? If you can give some color on that. FY24, we supplied electroplating lines to a mobile contract manufactured in India. Now, one of the lines of the customer got damaged, and I believe the replacement of the line was done by a small Chennai-based proprietorship entity. Now, this was quite surprising given that both the OEM and the contract manufacturer are reputed entities. In this context, what is our strength to win customers for these lines? Does technology and brand equity have relevance here, or is it pure pricing, which appeared to be the case when we lost this contract to the small entity? In the electroplating chemicals, one of our strength and the kind of competition barrier also has been our ability to service and respond to the client's request in the shortest possible time because of our localized R&D team. Now, globally, one of the largest player formed through amalgamation of multiple entities, Element Solutions Inc., basically McDormand, opened an R&D lab in India in June 2025 to support localized requirement for their clients. I believe some of the other players also have a similar setup in India. Now, since they are very strong globally in electronics, do you see this as a challenge in penetrating the electronic segment of the market in India? Also, do you see a threat from them in penetrating our traditionally strong segment like the automotive also? There are many new companies, both homegrown companies like Chemtech Surface Finishing, which I believe was started by an ex-A2 Tech employee, an ex-Growell employee also, as well as MNCs like Elements, Nihon Packaging, which are trying to establish themselves in India of late. Just trying to understand your thoughts on what is driving such heightened competition activity in India, and do you still feel you will be able to hold on to your market share and grow at 20-25% CAGR, which you had guided for in the last AGM? What percentage of our surface finishing electroplating chemicals comes from electronics? Now, could you please share the end products also, like laptops, phone, connectors? Uh, some sense on how our chemicals for the electronics industry is doing, and and do you have the complete basket of products catering to electronic industry, including the entire range of anodizing chemicals also? If not, can you give some sense how much time would it take for us to really have a basket which will make us on par with the global guys operating in India? Again, in your surface finishing electroplating chemicals, what is a mix of revenues between general salts, which I believe are usually used pre-treatment, and the actual formulations? Because when we look at just the scale of electroplating chemicals that we have, I believe even some of our domestic players and also some of the global players also have somewhere similar scale. So just trying to understand the mix of salt vis-a-vis formulations in the business. There's also an increased activity in the shipbuilding space in India, both for commercial and defense application. Could you share some insights on our presence in this industry and the competitive intensity also, and also on the plans going forward in this for this end market? Now, again, so lastly, given the competitive activity both in our needs, is there a challenge to the margins we are making here, and is there a downside risk in the near term, at least, to have the margins holding? Sir, these are the questions which I sent in the email also. Just one additional question from today's Q1 results. So there was a 4 crore of loss that we had reported in our mall operations. Now, I believe the mall is completely shut. So if you can give a sense if there are any claims coming along, some estimates on that, and also what is the running cost given the mall is shut for the year that we'll probably incur. Just on this, if you can share, it will be very helpful. And I'm keenly looking forward to your responses, sir. We'll appreciate if you can elaborate as much as possible. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Mr. Hitesh, for your questions. We'll answer them one by one. Moderator, please unmute Mr. Kamraj Manikandan.
Yes, sir. Good evening. Hope I'm audible.
Yes. Yes.
Thank you, sir. Sir, first, just a few questions on follow-up from our last couple of AGMs, where our chairman mentioned that we have a good opportunity in the emerging sectors like semiconductor, EV, and renewables. So, if you can share some data in terms of from our surface finishing sales last year, what could be the contribution from these emerging sectors? And any progress on these three sectors alone? And subsequently, follow-up is that any capex needed particularly to address the emerging opportunities in these three sectors? And the second question is on capex. So last AGM, I think our chairman mentioned that we could be incurring around 150 to 160 crores of capex over next 2 years. So if you can share some progress on the capex and where exactly we are expanding capacities. And third question is with respect to collaboration with foreign players, so how well are we equipped in terms of technology for these emerging sectors alone? So I know that we are market leaders in India and especially very strong in the automotive side. So with the company expanding into semiconductor, EVs, and renewables, so will this all the opportunity can be addressed with our own R&D center that is being built up, or we'll be looking for any collaborations also? And so lastly, on the engineering division, so last year we have seen a degrowth. So is it like uh, the sales will come in lumpiness, and we have to look at a 3 and 5 year kind of view, or last year is we can should consider as abnormal year, and then what should be the kind of steady growth that one should estimate from this engineering division? And so last question is again, so we know the market share in terms of electroplating in India. So in the emerging segments like semiconductor, EV, and renewables, if you can share what is the market potential over the next 5 to 10 years, and how the company is planning to address it, and what will be the market share of us? So these are the 4 5 questions from my side. And lastly, congrats to the entire team in terms of despite all the volatility in terms of raw material and overall volatility across all the divisions. I think management has been doing a credible job in terms of maintaining the core operations very well. And that's it from my side. And all the best to the entire team.
Thank you so much, Mr. Manikandan. Thank you. Moderator, please unmute Ms. Lekha Shah.
Hello, am I audible, sir?
Yes, Ms. Shah, you are audible. Please.
Thank you, sir. Respected Chairman, sir, Board of Directors, and my fellow members, good evening and regards to everyone. Myself, Lekha Shah from Mumbai. First of all, I would like to thank our Company Secretary Chindan Bhai for giving me this opportunity and smooth process where I'm able to talk in front of you all in AGM. I found the AGM notice and I'm delighted to say it's so beautiful, full of colors and facts and figures in place. Chairman sir, your opening remarks were so insightful and comprehensive that you have already addressed everything I had in mind. Sir, I pray to God that He always shower His blessing upon you. May all your upcoming festivals filled with joy and blessings, sir. Chairman, sir, I have complete trust and faith in our Board of Directors and Chairman, sir. Again, I thank our Company Secretary Chindan Bhai for their best performance and always outstanding support for all my doubts. Sir, I would like to thank all the personnel of company for receiving awards and recognition by our plan during the year 24 or 25. And also, I'm happy the company is doing very well in the field of CSR activities. Sir, I would like to ask you questions. My first question is, how much our PAT in current financial year will affect of the trade war? And my second question is, what is the roadmap for the next 2 years? And how many women employees are working in our company? And what is the total number of employees? Chairman sir, I hope the company will continue video conference meeting in future. So I would like to say, I strongly and wholeheartedly support all the resolutions for today's meeting. Thank you, sir.
Thank you so much, Ms. Shah. Thank you. Moderator, please unmute Mr. Manjeet Singh. Mr. Manjeet Singh is not there?
He is not available, sir.
Okay, then please unmute Ms. Minal Varun Bang and Mr. Varun Bang. Ms. Minal Bang and Mr. Varun Bang.
Yeah, am I audible?
Yes, you are audible, Mr. Bang.
Yeah, thank you very much for the opportunity. Just a few questions on our surface finishing business. What all end applications have we added in last 1 to 2 years to our portfolio in surface finishing division? And which may be at, let's say, pilot stage or let's say at R&D stage. And how do you see the progress? Uh, the smaller surface finishing segment that we have been trying to enter, how long will it take for us to sort of make a meaningful progress in this journey? And is it fair to say from that perspective that we would largely remain focused on large surface finishing segment from medium term perspective at least? Some thoughts on this would be helpful. Next question is how long does it take to sort of take up a new end market and sort of start working on it and scale it from there on? And how long does the approval process take, especially in the surface finishing segment, the approval timelines from the customer point of view? Some thoughts on that would be helpful. How many customers we have added in last, let's say 1 to 2 years in the chemical division? And how large is our sales team and how do you see next couple of years? Uh, so I think automotive used to be the largest segment for us. So how has the mix changed in last 2 to 3 years? If you can share the current mix, that would be helpful. Next is basically what are the learnings from the experience that we have got with our mall operations and how could we have avoided this? And last 5 years I've been tracking this company. I think I've seen two big failures on the governance front. One was what we did with our holding in the Poonawalla bottling plant. We sold it at a steep discount to the fair value per share. And I think this small incidence is the second one. Somewhere I think we should maybe think about it uh, because such things don't pay off. And just a suggestion from my perspective, from my side. Yeah, thank you very much for the opportunity.
Thank you, Mr. Bang. Thank you so much. Moderator, please unmute Mr. Rajendra Sheth. Mr. Rajendra Sheth, please.
Hello? Hello? Hello?
Yes,
Hello?
Mr. Sheth, we can hear
Hello?
you. Hello?
हाँ सर हाँ
हाँ
जी
जी।
जी सर जी
हाँ
सर
जी।
हाँ चेयरमैन हाँ जी चेयरमैन सर मैनेजमेंट टीम शेयर होल्डर भाइयों मैं राजेंद्र सेठ थाना से बोल रहा हूँ अभी तो बिजनेस टूर पे हूँ सर तो नासिक से बोल रहा हूँ आप मैं खरेखर दिल से कंपनी के मैनेजमेंट को धन्यवाद देता हूँ सब डिवीजन हमारा टाइम के हिसाब से बहुत अच्छा चल रहा है अच्छा रिजल्ट है सर और मैं खुद एक ट्रेडर हूँ मेरे को मालूम है कि इसलिए प्रैक्टिकली मैं सब पढ़ के मैं बताता हूँ कि हमारी कंपनी बहुत अच्छी तरह से टाइम के हिसाब से चल रहा है सर खाली एक ही छोटा सा क्वेश्चन था सर कि ये जियो पॉलिटिक्स का असर हमारी कंपनी के कौन से डिवीजन में ज्यादा पड़ेगा वो जरा बताइए बाकी आप मोरे जी आपकी लीडरशिप में पूरा भरोसा है और मैं सब रिजोल्यूशन में पूरा सपोर्ट हार्दिक शुभेच्छा देता हूँ और सेक्रेटरी डिपार्टमेंट बहुत ही उत्तम काम है उसको भी मैं धन्यवाद देता हूँ बस खाली एक ही लाइन का श्लोक बोल के मैं मेरी वाणी को विराम करूंगा मोरे जी सुनिए खाली एक ही छोटा सा है या देवी सर्वभूतेषु शांति रूपेण संस्थिता नमस्तस्यै 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 नमो नमः कुर्यात् सदा मंगलम आपकी लीडरशिप में हमारी कंपनी और आगे बढ़े यही ईश्वर से प्रार्थना बोले का मौका दिया धन्यवाद थैंक यू सर थैंक यू
बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद जी थैंक यू Mr. Moderator, please unmute Mr. Saurabh Jain. Mr. Saurabh Jain. Is Mr. Saurabh Jain connected?
Yes, sir. We have allowed him to unmute himself.
Okay.
Mr. Saurabh, can you unmute yourself and speak? Sir, he is not responding.
Okay, so should we move on? Then please unmute Mr. Yusuf Rangwala.
सर आपको आवाज आ रहा है? वेरी गुड इवनिंग सर.
हाँ
आपको
जी,
आवाज
good
आ रहा
evening,
है
रंगवाला साहब.
सर? कैसे हो सर? आफ्टर लॉन्ग डेज सर, आफ्टर लॉन्ग years sir, 1 year gap we are meeting. Sir, my name is Rangwala sir. I am very happy and I am very thankful to our excellent company secretary Chintan sir. सर उनके बारे में क्या कहना सर? जैसा उनका नाम वैसा उनका काम. सर डायरेक्टली पॉइंट पे आता हूँ. 67 annual general meeting. As we mentioned, we started in 1957. We are in the 1957 में अपना फर्स्ट केमिकल डंडा वाटर सर. फिर अपना डारावा पेन स्टार्टिंग इन 2013. फिर अपना 1964 इंजीनियरिंग बिजनेस आपने बताया अपने मैडम ने. वी हैविंग 6 फैक्ट्री सर. एंड सर 2002 में अपना धारा में केमिकल आपने चालू किया था. और सर मैं जानना चाहता हूँ ये जो अपना प्लान का जो अपना फोटो किया है सर, बहुत साल हुआ सर आपने हमें फैक्ट्री विजिट नहीं कराया सर. और एक मुझे एक अपना कांदीवली में अपना मॉल है, अपना मॉल ग्रो एंड वेल सर, वो क्लोज हो गया कि क्या है सर? क्योंकि वहां पे अपना अच्छा प्रॉफिट होता था. एक तो अपना रिलायंस वाला था फर्स्ट पॉइंट नंबर 2. दूसरा अपना थिएटर था पीवीआर, उनका भी अच्छा प्रॉफिट था सर. ये मॉल अपना बंद हो गया, क्या पोजीशन है मैं जानना चाहता हूँ. व्हाट इज ए स्टेट एट प्रेजेंट सर? एंड सर नथिंग मोर टू इट. वी आर वेरी एक्सीलेंट कंपनी सेक्रेटरी उमेश सर. आई एम प्रेइंग फॉर योर हेल्थ वेल्थ एंड एवरीथिंग. नथिंग मोर टू इट सर. हो सके तो मैं फैक्ट्री विजिट कराना सर. आपको एक छोटा सा शेयर पेश करके यहाँ पे अपना करना चाहता हूँ. फूलों की खुशबू, कलियों की बहार और ग्रो एंड वेल का साथ हमेशा रहे सर. दिस इज ए वेरी ओल्डेस्ट कंपनी सर. अभी नेक्स्ट अपना आपने 0.50 पैसा डिविडेंड दिया और आज आपका रेट भी अराउंड 100 के ऊपर है सर. ये अच्छा दिखाते अपना मार्केट का कितना अच्छा है सर. दिस इज डिविडेंड फॉर एग्जाम्पल मोतीलाल ओसवाल, शेर खान, दिस people and Jondal Capital. This are the people are paying to buy the share. This will go around 150 sir. This is saying it will go up sir. Nothing more to add सर. आने वाले सब त्योहारों को 15 अगस्त तक को शुभकामना देता हूँ. दिवाली का, दशहरा का सब कामना देता हूँ सर. सर एक मिनट सर, एक सेकंड. नमस्ते साहब, नमस्ते सर मोरे साहब, नमस्ते आपको. आपके तीनों भाई इस बोर्ड पे सर, तीनों मोरे सबको मैं नमस्ते करता हूँ. एंड आई एम द ओल्डेस्ट शेयर होल्डर ऑफ योर कंपनी सर. थैंक यू सर. जय हिंद. वंदे मातरम. भारत माता की जय. जय हिंद.
Thank you.
Thank you, Rangwala sahab. Thank you. Moderator, please unmute Mr. Hiranand Kotwani, please. Mr. Hiranand Kotwani.
Yes, I am audible.
Haji, Mr. Kotwani, we can hear you.
Namaste. I am Hiranand
Namaste.
Kotwani from Kalyan.
Yes.
It is a great company. I have visited your Silvassa plant. But capacity utilization, I have some concern. How you are going to expand? Because it is a huge opportunity ahead. Your products are well taken in the market. For marketing and the production capacity, how you are going to expand further and give to the reward to the minority shareholder? That is my question only. Please elaborate how we are going to expand and give the reward and prosperity will come, growth will come. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, Mr. Kotwani. Thank you. Moderator, please unmute Mr. Aspi Besania. Mr. Besania is not in the meeting.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So with this, I believe all the registered speakers, we have come to an end. And I'd like to thank all our speaker shareholders for their views and suggestions. And now I'll request our Mr. Yogesh Samath, the All-Time Director, Mr. Rohit Moore, and our CFO, Mr. Gulati, to attend to the queries raised by our shareholders. Mr. Samath will answer queries of the shareholders related to the surface finishing and the mall segments. Mr. Samath, please.
Yes, so very good evening to all the shareholders on the call. I will be answering, as Mr. Neeraj Moore said, all the queries related to surface finishing and the mall segments. Since there are a lot of queries that have already come to us by email and some of them have been raised here, we will be clubbing the answers into a fewer number of questions, which I will go through one by one, and I hope to cover as many as possible. At right in the beginning, I think the last speaker mentioned about capacity utilization, how we'll be able to add capacity, which was by Mr. Kotwani. I would like to assure you that our company is very conscious about adding capacity as when needed. It shall not be a constraint for growth as far as we are concerned. I'd like to then one by one speak out the questions and the answers we have for them. The first question was, please share the progress on chemical sales to EVs, renewables, and the semiconductor sectors. Have we added new clients from these sectors? This was asked by three of our shareholders, Mr. Hitesh, Mr. Gautam Tiwari, and Mr. Manikandan. I will speak about the EVs and renewables. Our strong automotive presence has facilitated entry into the EV segment with several of our core technologies which are already in use in that segment. In the renewable sector, in solar, we already supply chemicals including pre-treatment and anodizing solutions to customers manufacturing panels and their supporting structures. In wind energy, we supply protective chemicals for components used in blade production. As the market expands, we will continue to invest in this and grow our share. So you can be rest assured we'll protect the growth that we have, which we are expecting in this segment. In the electroplating, one of the questions which specifically was asked by Mr. Hitesh was regarding the fact that in the electroplating chemicals, one of our core strengths has been our ability to serve and respond to client requests. And then there are players which are now coming in globally as well, which are opening labs in India and so on. So are we capable of handling competition from their side? In our view, and is there a threat? There was a follow-up question was that, is there a threat from them in penetrating our traditionally strong segments as well? And the answer to that question essentially is that competition, whether from multinational or domestic players, only sharpens our edge. Our localized R&D, speed of response, and customer-centric approach are proven differentiators, and we shall remain ahead, and we will be able to compete effectively. And we are confident of being able to capture all the long-term opportunities that come our way. We are very vigilant, not just from sectors we wish to penetrate, but also our traditional strongholds. We shall ensure that traditional markets are protected in the best possible way we can. In a free market, arrival of competition and changes in market share are routine, and we'll deal with them in the best way to ensure that our customers are satisfied and our products and our customer base continues to grow. Then there was a question by Mr. Hitesh K. There are many new companies, both homegrown, and he mentioned certain companies, which I will not mention, but I'll move on to the point he was asking. These companies are trying to establish themselves in India of late. What is driving such heightened competition in India? And do you still feel we'll be able to hold our market share and grow at the rate which we have guided? While we would not like to comment on specific competition, India is an attractive market. We all know that. And new competitors will keep emerging as the Indian market expands. We will ensure that we are able to defend our market share suitably, and we are quite capable of doing so. There was another question, which was a mix of revenues between general salts and actual formulations. I think it's very hard to segregate the two, but suffice to say that salts are less than a quarter of our total business. The rest of the business is proprietary. There was one question raised by Mr. Hitesh regarding shipbuilding in India, both for commercial and defense applications, that they wanted some insights on it. India's shipbuilding sector is gaining momentum, supported by initiatives like Make in India, Sagarmala, Atmanirbhar Bharat, and they are creating great opportunities for defense, coastal and inland vessels, including for exports. With corrosion protection being our core strength, we have long supplied zinc-coated fasteners, anti-fouling paints, and pre-treatment chemicals to the shipbuilding industry. We are now working to expand our presence and capture a larger share of this growing market. Mrs. Mascarenhas had mentioned about the increased competitive activities in our core segments and also in paints. Is there a challenge to margins? And I think that was one more shareholder I remember had raised that question. So the answer to that is that while we would not like to comment on specific margins, but safeguarding them remains a top priority for us, because we believe that healthy margins are very vital for long-term sustainability, and we will be taking whatever strategic measures are needed to protect them despite rising competitive activity in the electroplating chemicals and paints segment. Then there was a question raised regarding that the initial supplies in most of the new industries is Chinese and European players. So do you see clients now localizing? Can you see the impact of PLI, which is now provided for sourcing locally? I think the answer to that is yes. The Make in India push and the PLI incentives are prompting many customers to localize sourcing, and we are seeing clear benefits. Last year, our surface finishing business recorded very strong growth. With supportive policies and global shifts favoring India as a manufacturing hub, we expect the momentum to continue and potentially even accelerate in the years to come. There was one question which came by email, which was in traditional clients like auto and industrial applications, is it now turning more functional? And so is there a potential for us to gain more market share in this? The answer to that is the shift from decorative to functional protection began decades ago, as the demand for decorative plating began to decline in the late 20th century. Today, that proportion of the business in the overall market is less than 20%, and the trend continues. And eventually, it may even fall further. But we are present in both the segments, and we will intend to pursue both of them as aggressively as we can. Now coming to the mall, the question regarding the mall, we would just like to say that we, along with the mall associates, are facing inconvenience and hardship. The situation was unexpected, and we are hopeful for an early resolution through the due judicial process. We are making every effort to explore opportunities to move forward. As the matter is sub judice, we cannot comment further at this stage on this subject. I have covered most of the questions except for the emerging sectors, where I would now ask Mr. Yash More to give his comments on the subject.
Dear shareholders, good afternoon and a very warm welcome to our 67th Annual General Meeting. At the outset, I would like to thank our Director, Mr. Yogesh Samat, for inviting me to share our perspective on the company's initiatives in emerging markets. When we speak of emerging markets, we refer to high potential industries that are driven by technological innovation, disruption, and strong long-term growth with prospects for our offerings. At present, our focus is on three key areas: semiconductors and electronics, renewable energies, and batteries. These sectors have been highlighted by the government and industry bodies as priority areas for the coming decade, supported by policy incentives, infrastructure development, and significant domestic and international investments. To give a sense of the scale, the government has announced semiconductor projects or has approved semiconductor projects with planned investments of nearly 1.6 lakh crore, alongside measures to strengthen the electronics manufacturing ecosystem. Regarding renewable energy, India's present renewable energy capacity is approximately 220 gigawatts and could more than double to 500 gigawatts by the year 2030. With respect to batteries, more specifically, I'm going to discuss lithium-ion batteries. The present capacity for lithium-ion battery production is about 15 gigawatt hours and is projected to grow to over 120 gigawatt hours by 2030, supported by substantial public and private investment exceeding 75,000 crore. While these numbers are promising, the path to growth will be steady and phased. Such industries require time, ecosystem development, and sustained collaboration to reach maturity. We are engaging proactively with stakeholders across these sectors and aligning our resources to be ready as these markets expand. Each of these industries bring large opportunities for our surface finishing and engineering divisions, and we are taking the steps to strengthen our capabilities so that we can effectively serve these evolving needs and markets. Our approach is twofold. Firstly, we are upgrading our existing capabilities and technologies to meet the requirements of these new industries. For our own technologies, for example, we are investing in a new R&D facility, and we are also engaging with leading institutes such as IIT Bombay. Secondly, we are collaborating with leading suppliers and partners to ensure readiness for the Indian market. In this regard, we have already signed a collaboration with OTMK for continuous plating plants with applications in electronics tubes. And we are also engaging with a German consultant who is affiliated with the well-known Fraunhofer Institute. We are in active discussions with parties and will keep you informed as these opportunities materialize for additional collaborations. While confidentiality agreements limit the details that we can share, as Mr. Samat mentioned, we are already working with customers supplying components to the EV sector, as well as vendors in the solar, wind, and related industries. These are encouraging early steps, and we will continue to build on this momentum in a prudent and strategic manner. Thank you for your trust and continued support as we position our company to participate in these exciting opportunities. I would like to hand it over back to our Managing Director, Mr. Neeraj Moore.
Thank you, gentlemen. Thank you, Mr. Samad. Thank you, Mr. Yash, on giving a brief on our surface finishing segment and the mall. Now, I'd like to call Mr. Rohit Moore to answer the queries related to the engineering division.
Thank you, Managing Director, sir. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I'm going to try to summarize the questions that were raised by most of you all related to the engineering business and put it together because quite a few of the questions were pretty similar. As we are aware, the business of the engineering division, being capital in nature, is highly dependent on macroeconomic factors. And as such, it is difficult to ensure that there is a constant growth year on year. The last 2 to 3 years, we had some benefit of higher capital investment done because of some of the new sectors in the Indian markets driven by PLI. And this gave us constant growth. However, there was a slight reset in the last financial year, which led to a decline in our revenues also. To mitigate some of these market risks, we are constantly working on adding new offerings to our portfolio, like our technology tie-up last year for the reel-to-reel plating plants. We are also, of course, planning to add some additional capacity in the factory by adding about 12,000 square feet of production area to take care of these new businesses. We have received 2 orders in the last financial year for the reel-to-reel plating machines, and the same will be supplied and commissioned by the 3rd quarter of this year. We will also be in a better position to understand the market after these plants are commissioned and see what the response is. Our offering in reel-to-reel is more towards functional electronics and tube and wire plating. And the main industries are automotive tier 1 vendors, electronic part manufacturers, etc. Whereas BESI is more focused on the semiconductor industry. We also have the entire range of chemicals to support these equipments and will be supplying the chemicals for the lines that we are installing. As a further diversification, we are also exploring some contract manufacturing opportunities for polypropylene equipment and have already taken some steps towards it and received some orders. We have also started offering, since last year, CED plants on a turnkey basis. The current order book as of 30th June 2025 for the division is approximately 50% higher than the same period last year. Growth in the engineering division, as you know, is highly dependent on market conditions. And as such, it is difficult to predict an exact number for the growth. However, the management is making all efforts with constant innovation and new product offerings to ensure we continue to remain market leaders and grow at a healthy pace. There was a specific question raised about a plant that we had supplied in the south, which had got damaged. And to the best of our knowledge, due to delivery constraints, the plant has been imported by the customer. This is to the best of our knowledge. As regards international markets, our focus is more on domestic markets as there are huge opportunities here. And currently, with all the tariff constraints going on in the US, we are not really looking at that market unless we get approached by a customer. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Rohit. And now I'll request our Mr. Gulati, our CFO, to attend to any queries related to the finance.
Thank you, sir. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and a very warm welcome to all of you. My name is Gurinder, and I will straight away go, since the business performance has been extensively discussed by our board members, so I will straight away go to the numbers. The first question which has been asked by one of our esteemed shareholders was regarding the CapEx plan for 2 years, which was in the range of 140 and 150 crores and status for that. The breakup of that is that we are setting up a unit in Jammu, wherein the expected expenditure is between 50 to 60 crores. And also in Vasai, we are setting up a technology center, which again, the expenditure is between 60 to 70 crores. And the regional lab over there in Noida, along with the office. Both Jammu and Vasai are expected to be completed by end of the year. So this is basically about the capital expenditure. One of the questions from the shareholders was that what is the total staff strength? So it is around 950 persons, out of which the corporate team is 415. When I say corporate team, R&D team is also included over there in the corporate team. And plant and branches, it is around 550 people. Another question was that what is the female to male ratio over there in the our HR team? So it is around 13% are the female ratio. And as we have mentioned in page number 47 of our annual report, we have certain targets about reaching it to 20%. On the question of attrition rate, it is in double digits, it is around 15 to 16%. And again, we intend to go to the single digit target. It is also mentioned in the page 47 of the report. On the question of plant utilization, capacity utilization, we want to ensure that we have sufficient capacity available. In the chemical plants, in the chemical division, our capacity utilization along all the locations clubbed together is around 35 to 38%. And so is the case of manufacturing capacity in paints is around 40 to 45%. So you can see the page number 34 and 35 of the annual report, which mentioned about our capacities over there at the different plants. Another question was relating to dividend payouts. The dividend payout ratio for the year 24-25 is 14.43%. And for 23-24, the corresponding period, it is around 10.6%. One question was regarding the performance of the subsidiary. All but one subsidiary, we are posting the profit, and it is there on the 31st March balance sheet. Crowell Chemicals has a profit of 4 lakhs. Chemtress has also a profit, and so is the case with our subsidiary over there in Dubai, in UAE. But our Shanghai, which is right now non-operational, so there is no profit after, though there is no revenue from that particular subsidiary. So another question was regarding the claims. There is no legal claim received from any of our retailers over there for mall. So there is no provision for that. Another question which was discussed during the current session was relating to the repo rate and its effect on Crowell. Repo rate has been reduced and it is now 5.5%. But since we are not having any borrowing, so actually the repo rate reduction impacts the cost of borrowing. So we have no borrowing, so as such the cost of borrowing does not affect, but of course it will affect our investment side also, because the FD investments and treasury operations are also somehow linked with the repo rate. I think I have covered all the questions which are there. If there is any question which remain unanswered or unattended, you can write to me or you can write to our company secretary, and we'll be pleased to answer that. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Mr. Gulati. With this, I believe you would have attended to most of the queries raised by our shareholders. But as Mr. Gulati said, if there is anything remaining or then more information required, please do reach out to our company secretary or Mr. Gulati, and we'll be more than happy to address them. Now, I'd like to request our chairman, sir, to present his views on the company's past performance and also the future prospects. Chairman, sir.
Thank you. Very good evening once again to all our shareholders. I will very briefly try to cover up the conditions or the environment faced by our company as well as our industry. As all of you all know, our company has three main verticals, and therefore this might be different for each vertical. If people are really interested in details in terms of figures, etc., what I suggest is those shareholders who have this interest, I suggest that you come down to our office, and I'm sure that one of us will be able to attend to you and provide the results in any particular or discuss the results with you or even the foresight with you for any specific areas that you might be looking for. Overall, let me explain to you what we think is the prospects for our company. You see, by and large, we are a tier supply house. That is, we are for all engineering industries, for all decorative industries, for different types of application, be it either general metal finishing or paints or in loops, etc. We are supplying these materials for end products to be made by the customers. So to that extent, we are an auxiliary industry. And growth prospect for an industry of this nature, including ours, for the entire industry, is very much dependent on the overall industrial growth of the country. There is no doubt that in our country, the industrial growth is a very prospective growth. And by and large, the opportunities available in this part of the world to us, or in the rest of the part of the world also, but those opportunities available with India are definitely very exciting. There are geopolitical situations which are happening that at this stage or at this time, how it is going to shake up the entire industrial world is very difficult to say, especially because of the American scenario, the tariff regime, which have come from there, which will affect the entire world. To what extent, it's very difficult to say. Maybe in the next 2 to 3 months, this will unfold itself, and we'll come to know where exactly all of us stand. Not only in the Indian condition, but I guess it applies to a much larger scenario. This is the general outlook. But otherwise, as all of you all, I'm sure, are aware that Dow & Weil has had we have been lucky enough to be the leaders for the last 30 years or so in our main activity, that is metal finishing. And that we assume will continue. There is no reason to feel negative about it. And therefore, even this year, the same situation should repeat, barring these external circumstances like the geopolitical standards. If that does take shape, it is difficult to depict on that. But otherwise, we see the industry growing by and large on the national scale, and so also the opportunities are available to us in metal finishing a little more than others, because we have that's the vein of our business, but also in paints as well as in loops. We continue to invest substantially for planning our expansion programs, both in technology in-house or getting the technology from overseas. As you must have heard Mr. Yash speaking, in the last 1.5 years itself, we have entered into two new tie-ups. Another quite important tie-ups are in the swing. If they happen, that decision will be taken possibly in the next 4 to 6 months, which will provide us the new technology that might be needed for the emerging markets. Simultaneously, a lot of effort is being put in. Effort by way of manpower as well as investments for developing our own abilities in R&D and knowledge development or collection from various sources. So in this scenario, by and large, I think Grauer and Weil is quite positive of growth. And we have our own expectations for this year, which at this stage I can't share with you because of the questions that come up with the international position. But I would think that the growth expectations are positive. Same as what we have had in the last few years, which you people are as much aware. Maybe a little more also because the growth rate of the company, of the country, if everything goes well, we feel very positive about it. Technology-wise, we are probably definitely leading. And from competition point of view, competition is welcome. It has increased substantially in the last 2 years. But I think there is no reason to feel afraid of that sort of competition because the market is growing, and obviously people from other parts of the world will get interested in the market growing. But we are very good, both from the technical point of view, that is the technology, and the resources of the company, financially, as well as the built-in strengths of our programs that we have and the abilities that we have. So if I may generally present myself on this issue, we don't see any reason to feel subdued about any growth prospects for this company. And this I would like to share. Specific questions, if you have, I think it would take too long for me to deal with them individually. Best is that the company has different divisions dealing with different aspects of our business. If you write to us, we'll put you on to the right division. And if you have any other financial or any other queries, please do feel free to approach us. We'll try and help you whatever is possible from our side within the means that we have. Any other matter I can't think of immediately. The outlook is definitely positive. Thank you.
Thank you, Chairman, sir, for your valuable insights. And as I had said earlier, as the Chairman has just said, if there are any queries, any further information that you'd like, please send them to our company secretary and we'll attend to them. On behalf of the Board of Directors and the management, I extend our sincere gratitude and thanks to all our shareholders for attending this meeting. And I hereby declare the proceedings as closed. E-voting will remain open for 15 minutes after the meeting, so members are encouraged to cast their votes. Thank you and good evening. Thank you.